Alrighty, the tournament just wrapped up, man. A lot of craziness that happened, especially like on this last second day. It was actually insane. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and react to the entire tournament. But before we do, we are gonna be applying all 4 codes. They are also giving us a free 10 pull, but right now that code is not available yet. But I'm pretty sure by the time this video is up or something, then the code might be available. So just be sure you are paying attention to Twitter. But the 4 codes are going to be, let me go ahead and apply them. Some of y'all might have already day 1 codes already, but for those who maybe missed all of it, then I'm going to go ahead and go through all the codes here, okay? So the first one is going to be BCM World Match D1. All right, so we're going to type that in. BCM World Match D1, right? I believe it should be like 100 crystals or something. Operation complete. And then the second code is going to be, what is it? A PvP match D1. So go ahead and type that in. A PvP match D1. Make sure you are in all caps, by the way, because it might be lowercase sensitive. And then the third code over here is going to be, what is it? Welcome D2 PvP. See, welcome D2 PvP. And I believe the last code is going to be, what is it? The last code is, what is it? D2 PvP BCM match. Okay, that's a little bit of tongue twister. D2 BCM PvP match, right? I think that's it. Hopefully I spelled it right. Code does not exist. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. No BCM. D2 PvP BCM. Never mind. So just swap these. D2 PvP BCM match. Oh, just one. I'm just kidding. I think that's it, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so all 4 codes have been applied, and then what was that, like 300? Yeah, 600 crystals. Hey, we'll take it. Half a multi for free to play, no complaints whatsoever. But those are going to be the 4 codes if you want to apply it. Again, there's going to be a free 10 pull later on, so if I can try to squeeze in this video, I will try to, but most likely it'll be up probably like a few hours around this video when it's live. But anyways, with that being said, let's go over and react to the entire day 1 and day 2 tournament. So I'll just go straight to the matches and everything. Massive shout out to Beats and Guku for commentating. The boys did a fantastic job of doing so. Yeah, they did an amazing job. But yeah, overall, before I do begin, I just want to give a massive shout out to Garena and the dev team for letting me partake in this tournament. Not only was it really fun and everything, I had a fantastic time playing it. You know, streaming it was awesome as well, and just using these characters, it was crazy fun. So hopefully we do have more things like this. Obviously they did have a lot of bugs and issues, but that was expected 100%, with it being like our first ever like big actual event. So massive shout out to Garena, and like thank you to the devs for letting me partake in it again. Crazy fun, and hopefully I can bring it back next time, and hopefully NA will come out on top. I know I failed you guys, so obvious spoiler alert, NA did not win. I believe EU did end up winning the entire thing, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and get to reacting here. So when it came to day 1, every team was playing, right? So we had, I believe, 7 different teams, 7 different regions, and every team, it was a best of 3. So if you won 2 of your matches, you were chilling. And on day 1, everyone got 2 stocked. So EU beat NA 2-0. Let's see, I believe Taiwan or Asia. No, I think Asia moved on. They beat Taiwanese team 2-0, and then the other got 2-0 as well. So it was kind of crazy, man. And for the prize pool, by the way, chat, why am I saying chat? I'm not even live. But for the prize pool, it was a grand total of $2,000. So the EU team will be getting 1,000 each for the winning team, and the region will be getting some cool frames, which is not too bad. But yeah, overall, let's go ahead and kind of skip forward here to the actual match here. So when it came to the first matchup, right, we had Taiwan versus Asia, and I believe they were running, oh, it was mono blue. If I remember correctly, it was mono blues. Yeah, so it was mono blue versus mono blue. That was the first match we had for the tournament, which was not too bad. I think it was pretty cool. Let me actually put in like ×2 speed here. But yeah, also let me know in the comment section how you guys enjoyed this tournament. I think it's a lot of fun, and who knows, maybe they will pull like some top tier players as well outside of content creators. I think that would be fun to see. But dude, I remember seeing this. I believe they got like a triple stun off, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they did. It was actually insane seeing that. So yeah, it was like super duper close, because I believe that they actually had a winning chance, because Charmy's healing was like, it was crazy. It was insane. I believe they even got to like close to 50 rounds. So that way, like starting 50 rounds and above, they would all start losing HP, and Charmy would be like the biggest clutch, and just allowing them to kind of survive and everything. But unfortunately, damage did come through for the Taiwanese team, and so they were able to kind of out DPS the Charmy heals, if that makes sense. And so I believe they came out on top. If we fast forward here, so yeah, at this point in time, it was just Charmy. Charmy was legit the #1 carry for these units. because of the fact that, like, you know, you lost your main DPS. William was able to dish out damage, but it was just too much. I believe William, or it was either William or Julius that ended up like having the winner factor. I think it was Julius skill 2 that ended up like pretty much one tapping them all, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this was a crazy first match. Yeah, 203k crit, which is not too shabby at all. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the first match. So let me like fast forward here just a little bit here. But yeah, I mean, it was really fun overall. I genuinely had a fun time. And me and Blaze were in VC with each other. We were like, damn, because I was so nervous, dude. I was truly nervous. Because I misplayed for sure. And you're actually gonna see like my thought process of how the match went. So when we get to my match, I'll show you guys and talk you through like what I was thinking in my head. But I misplayed for sure. It was all hindsight, 100%. But if I could do it over again, then obviously, yeah, I know what I would need to do here. Okay, so that is obviously wrapping up match 1. So let me go ahead and move on to match 2. Let me go ahead and skip through and find it. Alright, so when it came to match 2, it was a mono green versus a hybrid team. It was very weird on what this Taiwanese team ran. They ran Black House of Vanessa, Zora, and Kohono. And then obviously we did have mono green on the Asia server team. So on paper, it looked like obviously Mono Green was going to win, and yes, they did win, spoiler alert, but they actually stood like a pretty fighting chance. I mean, Kohono was actually pretty clutch with the heals and everything, and then Vanessa having, you know, the whole invulnerability. Zora was like, I would probably say that Zora was like the biggest clutch for that team in particular. Kohono was a very interesting choice. I understand why they took her, but yeah, I think Mono Green is just too powerful, especially with the whole... Because like they don't have like damage over time immunity, right? So, you know, Merliona bursts are going to be crazy. I'm telling you, man, Merliona was just a crazy unit throughout this entire tournament. Like her heals, not heals, but her burns rather, was just stupidly insane. I believe that in one of my matches, or was it Blaze? It was either me or Blaze. Like the burns ended up cucking us, and we just lost 100%. We could have gone to if me and Blaze had gone to map 3, or not map 3, but round 3 rather. We would have won 100% because the EU team did not have a solid like what is it, third team to run. So it's like we would have won 100%. But hindsight, yes, we misplayed, yes, we did bad. So yeah, Zora here probably got the ultimate on Kohono just so we can have the guaranteed survivability of making sure she survives and also being able to provide the heals. So they're like, okay, cool, let's kind of take away the damage from Kohono and put on to someone else. But yeah, mono green is just too OP. I mean, their by the way, was getting ult every single round. So it's like it was pretty much Ravs because was never getting touched and everything. And that like a lot of teams won this way too. A lot of teams, like every single team was getting ult. So it's like they just constantly spammed everything, and then you wouldn't be able to do anything because even if you got rid of Mimosa or Charlotte or everything, it's like you still have Merliona and who's like constantly under invulnerability. So the unit doesn't take any damage whatsoever at like pretty much 99% of the times. And by the time that he does take damage, it's like you're like 1 HP or you already lost at that point. So it was really tough. But Mono Green 100% was the winning team in this tournament without a doubt. I mean, but yeah, you guys are gonna see for day 2 of how things went. It was crazy. You would not believe the team that won. You would be very surprised. Dude, I mean, but like massive shouts to everyone who partook in the tournament though. It was crazy fun. It was really fun. I know a lot of people enjoyed it as well. But yeah, hopefully, man, if they do have a part 2 to this or like a second tournament for content creators, bro, they gotta let me and Blaze run it back. We have to win for NA 100%. So yeah, at this point, it's pretty much the GG's. So Asia team won 2-0, so they got to advance to the semifinals. And for those who do not know, if you made it to top 4, I believe 3rd and 4th place, you were getting a prize pool of $400. So if you place 3rd or 4th, then each player would end up winning $200, which is not too bad, right? So all we needed to do, me and Blaze, was make it to semifinals, and we would be guaranteed some cash, but we couldn't even do that because we low-key messed up. All right, so that is 2-0 for the Asia team. So let's go ahead and move on to the next matches. All right, so when it came to the Thailand versus WS team, I believe Thailand ended up making it to the semifinals. So for those who don't know, Call Me Baby is actually like a pretty big YouTuber over in Thailand. He has like 4 million subs, and also does Black Clover content, which is crazy. So yeah, maybe you've seen one of his videos. It's like a couple 100,000 every time he uploads, but it's insane. So what the WS team was running was a but a hybrid team between mono green and mono red. That being Charlotte, Black Asta, Witch Queen, and Merliona. Blaze and I were actually thinking of taking his team comp as well, potentially for like a 3rd team, but We ended up running mono red and mono green for our first two, just better safe than sorry, because like you need to win your first match, which was a pretty big deal, and I low-key messed up. I won't lie, like when y'all see me play, you're gonna be like, oh my god, Antho is actually like trash at this game. And honestly, I don't disagree with you guys. Like I misplayed really bad on my end, but I think it was like all hindsight because I was like nervous as well. But yeah, it was crazy, dude. So they got Asta into anti-magic state, and then at that point, Asta is pretty much out. And then yeah, I mean, there's nothing else they can really do. I mean, unless Merliona would have been like crazy stupid buffed up, it was not happening because you know you're silenced, taunted, heals. You have Black Asta anti-magic as well, so it's like the unit was not able to. Yeah, and her damage was doing like 0 as well. So at that point, it was a complete wrap. Thailand took the team 1-0. So we'll go ahead and skip forward to the second match. And I believe the second match was a mirror match, or not mirror match, but it was a mono green versus I forgot. I think like mono blue or something. So we'll have to see. Never mind. So it was mono green versus the same the hybrid team as well. So it was pretty interesting to see. But I mean, dude, mono green is so stupid OP. So OP, especially if you like if your is getting your ultimate every single round. There's like legit nothing you can do. Honestly, it was very questionable of them to give the. I mean, I kind of understand why they gave it to the stun to Charlotte to maybe prevent the damage reduction, which is not too bad of a play because maybe they're trying to go for a nuke here. I think that's what the WS team was trying to achieve here. Do they end up going for it? I think they do, right? Yeah, they do. They end up trying to go for the cleave here, which is understandable, but kind of bear in mind that is under invulnerability, right? So even if you do take out Mimosa, Charlotte, or Merliona, it's like you still have to deal with which I guess honestly at that point, if he's an anti-magic, I would go for Mimosa. Yeah, that's what he'd end up doing. I think that's the best case because then it's like won't be able to get his ultimate off the following turn. So I don't remember it's going this to round 3 though. So somehow they end up losing this and tossing it, which I'm not too sure. So I think because I think Asta already uses immortality, or it's not even immortality because it's not a mono red. Yeah, silence, and then yeah, somehow they lose this. But it was looking really good. At first it was looking really good on paper, but then mono green just ended up being too stupid OP. Yeah, because Asta ends up dying. Wow, he actually lived. He must have been like 1 HP. 100% the burst would have knocked him out if Witch Queen didn't have if she didn't go. But that was kind of crazy. But anyways, yeah, so mono green ended up winning, so 2-0 for the Thailand team, and then WS I believe took the L here. Yeah, Asta is out. Let's see, yeah, you ulted Asta. Yeah, GG's. At that point, yeah, it's wraps. 100% you're not winning. So yeah, unfortunately, the hybrid team of mono red, mono green was not able to come through. But it was interesting because Blaze and I did end up like I said, we did consider taking this team beforehand, but it was just against mono red, mono green. It's just not worth it because like you're essentially missing out on 2 really good team comps for like 1 semi-good team comp. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they took this. I'm pretty surprised they did. I think they would have been much better off taking mono red or mono green entirely, because you're missing out on like 2 mono passes, right? So I think that would have been the play. But anyways, that is gonna wrap up the Thailand versus WS team. And now, damn it, bro, now we move on to EU versus NA, and y'all are gonna see how I threw this first match. It was so stupid, honestly. Like if y'all saw me, for those who in the stream as well, during like if you were in my stream, then I know I was like talking and it didn't make sense because y'all couldn't see entirely in real time. But it was, oh my god, I misplayed so bad, so bad. All right, so here we have it. So Limilu ended up taking mono green for his first match, and I took mono red. Okay, so now here's the thing. His ended up having invulnerability, which actually messed things up like a lot for me. I really thought his Merliona was gonna have invulnerability. So that way, hold on, let me actually skip forward for you guys. Okay, so right now, my red is gonna go first. I believe I ended up silencing Spirit Eye which was the best play for me personally. So I pushed him back. He doesn't have ult, that's fine. Now Charlotte, let me go ahead and slow this down to ×1 speed. So now Charlotte's gonna apply her damage reduction, right? Charlotte applies the damage reduction and everything. And so now here's the thing, okay? If didn't have invulnerability, I was gonna do combined attack with red to knock out Spirit Dive, and I would have won. At that point, I would have won. It would have been 100% GG's, because Blaze and I did the exact same team comp, like in practice and everything, and it worked 10 out of 10 times. Because ideally, I thought Merliona was gonna have the invulnerability, but they gave it to so has more magic attack than Merliona, which I thought was a little bit weird. I mean, I understand as well, to kind of protect your DPS, but I really thought that Mereono would have had the what is it, invulnerability, so that way it's like if didn't have it at this point, Charmy and Charmy and would have done the combined attack, and we would have got rid of 100% for free. And then after that, Mimosa would have been out as well. Yeah, it would have been over. It would have been 100% wraps. At that point, I just went for the double silence anyways. I mean, I could have done it for something else, but and then here, Limilu actually misplayed because he goes for the combined attack actually, if I remember correctly, which is weird because then it's like already has ultimate, so he just lost those like extra special points, which I don't know why he did that. So I mean, there wasn't a lot he can do. I feel like he should have just saved it or just used a skill 1, because having a combined attack would have been really bad. At this point, because I had 2 ways to win. Okay, one was making sure that didn't have invulnerability, which he did, so that automatically went out the window. Here I messed up. I messed up severely bad, and it actually cost me the match. I could have won right here. It really would have won. So right now, right, I have Witch Queen ult. I have Witch Queen ult. Also, it's not taunted or anything, so we're good. So if I wanted to at this point, I could have gone into anti-magic here, and I could have ulted Mereono. Charlotte, or Mimosa. I think Mimosa would have been my best play if I had ulted her, but for some reason I didn't. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking here. I should have ulted with Witch Queen to get Asa into anti-magic state, because I think in my head, the way I was thinking is, I thought that Mereono and were going to outspeed my Asa. I think that is what I was thinking, and that's the reason why I didn't go for the ult. But obviously now with hindsight, I'm looking back at it, I know that my Asa goes up next. So yeah, I think it was a gamble, but yeah, 100% I should have ulted with Witch Queen, because then I thought Mereono was going to outspeed. I thought she was going to outspeed Asta and then just kind of get rid of Asta. But then the thing is that but Asta would have been an anti-magic, right? So we would have been anti-magic. Immortality probably would have been up as well. And then she probably could have been, also could have been out right then and there. I think that was the only thing I was worried about. So that's why I didn't ult Witch Queen. But now knowing this and looking back at it, yeah, if I had anti-magic Asta here, Asta would have gone. I could have gone for a skill 2 if I wanted. But because they do have the damage reduction, they don't even have mana skin applied, by the way. So the only damage reduction they have is from Charlotte. So I could have gone for a skill 2 cleave if I wanted to. But I mean, if anything, to play safe, I would have just ulted Mimosa. Mimosa would have been out, no heals, no res. She already used the combined attack was and then was taunted too, by the way. So once makes that attack in the upcoming turn, it's like it's GG's for me, because then the unit is like, he doesn't have any kind of protection or anything. No invincibility or anything. He's still taunted. Oh my god, I would have won. I would have 100% won. It's just I thought that they were gonna outspeed my Elsa. That's it. And just like that, I lose. At this point, I lose because let's see, Asta, I do skill 2, and then I believe Mereono ends up like one-tapping him in like the upcoming turn after this. So I believe, what do I do here? Oh, I go for stun. I go for stun on Charlotte, which really was not the play either. Yeah, I messed up. I misplayed so bad. It was such a bad misplay on me, dude. Now that I'm like looking back at it, obviously it's like, yeah. And then Red is out, so there goes my silence, there goes my taunt and everything. He's out. Mereono is gonna provide the skill 2 mana skin to your entire team, and then at that point I pretty much lose. Charmy is out right here, right? I believe she's on immortality, but actually, who do you attack here? No, yeah, I think that I think Charmy's out. Oh no, it's not yet. So there, yeah, at this point they just pretty much wear down, and once Charmy gets down to low HP, she's automatically out because she already used immortality. And just like that, I lost. That was my winning factor, because now has ultimate again. Look at it. And I lost. And I used a combined attack as well, so it's like I can't even stun here if I wanted to. I threw. At this point, I lost. I realized I lost. There was nothing else I could do, really. And that's pretty much it for match 1. So yeah, Limilu misplayed as well, but I misplayed severely bad. So bad. It was only because I was worried about getting outspeed. If I had gotten outspeed in that second turn, or that first turn rather, for Asa, yeah, I don't know, things would have gone differently. But I guess hindsight, I should have ulted, and then Asa would have been chilling, get rid of Mereono, or not Mereono, but Mimosa. no heals, no rest, no special point increase, you know, he would have been out. You know, right here would have been out because he wouldn't have been able to ult or anything, and I would have been chilling 100%. But yeah, I misplayed skill 2 and then Charmy's out of here. Yep, and GG's. So that is my match. That is how I threw. So now let's go ahead and move over to the boy Blaze here. And yeah, Blaze messed up too. It was so bad. We were both in VC with each other. And I'll show you guys like the moment that we knew we lost for Blaze. So now Blaze ran mono green against the crazy mono red with Fuego, by the way. Believe it or not, this right here is the winning team for the entire tournament, by the way. So Quinn ended up playing the last match for the finals against, I forgot what server, y'all gonna see here in a little bit, but this was the winning team. Can you believe it? Fuego actually won the grand final match. It's crazy. So let me go ahead and skip forward here. So Red Uno is gonna go ahead and target, I believe he went to go ahead and target Spirit Dive Uno, right? Or actually, who did he target? Oh, he targeted Charlotte. I forgot. So you know when to go ahead and ult. We went to go ahead and ult. I believe we ulted Asta, right? Asta or Witch Queen, I think, was the unit that we chose. We ulted Witch Queen, right? So Witch Queen, no heals. Or sorry, yeah, no skill 2, no ultimate. And then we get Fuego down to immortality. Fuego legit made 0 impact on this team. So if you think about it, it was honestly a 3v1. I mean 3v4 at all times was this team. And they actually won, which is the crazy part, dude. I could not believe it. Could not. It was crazy. So at this point, Fuego, he ults. I mean, we get a little bit of chip damage off, but it doesn't do anything. And then Fuego is dead the following turn. Even with skill 2 or, you know, whatever attack he does, Fuego's out. The thing is that we were so fixated on Witch Queen, we should have done more on the Red Uno, on Black also, because it's like, we lost. We lost like the most dumb way, man. We had the upper advantage for like a fat minute. I think it's just we were too worried about Witch Queen, making sure that they don't heals, making sure that she doesn't get ultimate, going anti-magic stick for Black Asta. We were too fixated on that, but we should have gone and applied the constant silence on Asta, so that way he would only have the skill 1 at all times. If we did that, we're fine. So let me go ahead and skip forward here. So at one point, we thought that Black Asta was already in anti-magic state. We thought that he was. Let me go back a little bit. We thought that he was already in anti-magic state. That's how Uno ended up losing, because we thought he was he already used his immortality. We thought it was gone, but we didn't. So when we attacked him for the ultimate, it got him down to anti-magic state, and he was then in immortality, but we thought he had already used it prior. And at that point, we had lost because Uno was pretty much a sitting duck here. And yeah, he lost. So unfortunately, we threw because we assumed, or not we assumed, but we thought that also had used his anti-magic state, and just like that, NA was out. Damn. It sucks a lot, dude. Again, hopefully we are able to come back in this tournament like for a part 2 or something. That would be crazy. But let's go ahead and move on to day 2 and kind of see how the matches went for the semifinals, because I didn't watch the beginning of it, and I kind of watched like the middle of it as well. All right, so for the first, can I actually close out chat? Why is it like, let me just like full screen. Okay, so for the first match here, for the semifinals, we had Latin America versus Limulu. So Limulu ended up rocking mono green, which was not too bad. I'll actually minimize it. But yeah, so Limulu, I believe this went to round 3 as well, which is a crazy part. I really thought that it was going to be like a quick 2-0, but it ended up not being the case. So it was a mirror match. So mono green versus mono green, and then I believe what happened here. So they do combined attack. I mean, it was a very long match, if I remember correctly. This one in particular was like pretty long. So let's see here. Oh, the only reason why Latin America won round 1 was because their Uno went first. So for those who don't know, everyone in this match right here had the same speed, probably except for Mary Leona. But Latin America Spirit Dive Uno went first. They lost a 50-50, like, because whenever there's a speed tie, it's legit a 50-50 coin flip. So Latin America ended up winning the coin flip to allow his Spirit Dive Uno to go first, and I believe that was the winning factor. But like legit, it was actually crazy because he goes first, he constantly gets his ultimate, he has the one upper advantage on their Spirit Dive, and at that point it was wraps. So they literally actually got cooked here, but somehow, some way, he was able to bring it back and move on to the grand finals, which was the crazy part here. So if I move forward, and then yeah, at that point I believe you ult was Mariona, ult Mimosa, and he was out, right? I'm pretty sure it's either Mariona or Mimosa was out. Who is it? Yeah, Mariona's out, and then GG's. There's nothing else that they could do. Yeah, all because they lost the speed side, which was the crazy part. You know, ults, and then that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. Crazy, dude. It was crazy, dude. All because they lost the speed side. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next match here. So for round 2, what did they end up rocking? I think round 2 they ended up rocking mono blue. Interesting. So Quinn was able to take the W on this mono blue team in particular. I mean, it's not really even, well, it is technically a mono blue because Zora. But yeah, so mono green completely dominated this team comp in particular because, you know, obviously, you know, it's just too OP and everything. Zora was a pretty big help, probably like the winning factor for this team if they were able to win. But with how, you know, in the mono green team is set up, it's just too OP actually. So yeah, they ended up losing, and then that brought us over to round 3. So let me go ahead and skip forward here just a little bit. So yeah, Zora was out here, right? And then Merliona took out Julius, and then at that point you had nothing else to win, because even if you take out Spirit Dive, you know, it's like you still have this crazy ass Fire Lady to worry about. So they could not do anything. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do anything. And then he stalls Mimosa, if anything, get the res off, and then units back into action. It was a very tough team to make, was this mono blue, which we had these 4 blue units as well, but obviously we didn't even have a chance to use them. So so that is going to be round 2, and then that brought us over to round 3, which was our first one. And then I don't know why, by the way, they ended up taking the mono blue again against the mono red. So this mono blue is losing like 9 out of 10 times. So it was really weird that they brought it. I was kind of like, I saw it too. I was like, damn, I don't know what team they can make with that. Maybe they go for like a hybrid, but no, they ended up rocking the full mono blue with Zora. So I was like, okay, interesting. But what's the team? I mean, honestly, you just Witch Queen ult, Black also ult, and it's pretty much GG's, which I think they ended up doing, right? I'd be surprised if they went for anything else. Witch Queen live. I think they were trying to gamble it and go for the kill here, but they have to remember that you do have status element immunity. So yeah, Witch Queen ult, and then anti-magic. I mean, even, yeah, I think also goes for the skill 2 here. Team wipes pretty much half the team. Yeah, Julius res, and then Fuego ults, and I believe that's GG's, right? Or he doesn't ult, actually. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, I mean, Julius is not living because he already uses res. So if he didn't have the res, then maybe there would be a chance. But yeah, and just like that, Latin America is out, and EU moved on to the grand finals, which was the crazy part. Honestly, I did not think EU would make it to the grand finals. I really thought it would have been Latin America to have the upper advantage, but yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thought? That's crazy. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next set of matches here. All right, so I went ahead and skipped over to the grand finals because the previous team wasn't anything too crazy. But let me go ahead and give you guys some backstory in case you did not watch the tournament live. So apparently, because this is when I started tuning in around as well to watch the finals, they had crashes. So in case you are not aware, if a player disconnects or, you know, close out the game for some reason, then they automatically forfeit. But because there was crashes and it was due to the server and not the players, the players, like the dev team ended up asking the Asia server team if they wanted to go ahead and have a rematch or forfeit the loss. And so they said, you know, we're gonna go ahead and forfeit the loss, because I mean, at this point too, like, honestly, those in chat, it was low-key like a really big L for them, because they were just like constantly complaining and saying that, you know, EU kind of like, you know, won by default or whatnot. Asia server team should have the W, etc. It was really bad for chat as well, because they were all reading this real time, by the way. Even to the point where like I even told him, be like, oh yeah, let me help mod for you guys, because like, you know, so many people were spamming and stuff. I felt bad. But yeah, at this point it was really scuffed for the like last final matches. Again, this is real-time PvP. This is a beta for a reason, so there were going to be crashes. I honestly did not expect it. I mean, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. I really thought it would have happened like day 1 or like the first match or everything, but it just so happened to happen on the final matches, which is like the mad sus part about it. So I think that's why a lot of people were complaining, because they were like, why wasn't it happening, you know, in the other matches stuff? But it just so happened, it happened 3 times in the finals, by the way. So it happened so many times to the point to where Asia server said, you know what, we'll go ahead and take the loss here. And so it did give the point to the EU team for the first match. But the way that they lost here, you guys can see, let me go ahead and skip forward here. Honestly, Asia server did have a chance of winning. I believe so. I'm not too sure. Again, I didn't watch the full match here. But I believe Spirit Dive was out as well, and Mimosa was out, and I believe it was just Charlotte and Merliona. But the thing is that Chad doesn't realize that I believe the burn size wouldn't end up killing off the mono blue team. So because they don't have any heals or protection or anything, I think they would have lost by burn stacks, leaving the mono green team to win. But it just was very unfortunate of the timing. So that's why a lot of chatters were like complaining and say like, oh, it's rigged or whatnot for the EU team. You know, Asia server, why didn't they win, etc. It was weird, dude. But yeah, so at this point I was like hella confused on what happened when I came in. But so yeah, at this point, right? So I believe someone dies here. Is it Yuno? Oh no, this is the rematch, right? Let me no, this is the first one actually. Yeah, okay, no, this is the first one still, but someone, I believe Yuno ends up dying, right? What happened here? Or does it crash here? Oh yeah, it was a long stall, it was a crash. So at this point someone crashed. So let me go and skip forward here to the end because it was a very long stall. Let's just go ahead and move on to the final match here. So the final match, right, ended up being Witch Queen against Witch Queen Black. Also was like crazy Fuego mono red team against mono green. And yeah, Black also ended up team wiping, which is the crazy part. So I really thought mono green would have won and we would have gone to round 3, but no, that was not the case here. So Asta was now not an anti-magic yet, so I believe he used skill 2 here. Yeah, skill 2 to get the defense up, and then Fuego is pretty much one tap, so I believe they're gonna use skill 2 here for Merliona. Or actually she's silenced, never mind, so she couldn't. Let's see, what do they do here? So Fuego's out and then they silence. Let's see, how did they lose it? I forget. I believe they timed it right so that way Yuno would not be an anti-magic state, and then they just go for the one tap cleave. Yeah, I believe that it was at this point. Oh, it's not at this point. When is it? I think it's like the turn after. So Yuno's stunned, so he can't do anything. And then yeah, so Yuno's stunned. So come this turn right here, Witch Queen Asta, yeah, it's GG's. They're not winning anymore. At that point they lost. Red Yuno somehow still survived, which is kind of crazy for Merliona ult. And then Yuno unstun, and he doesn't have anti-magic or invulnerability rather. And so Witch Queen pops off ult, and yeah. And then look at this. Look at the damage from this, by the way, chat. It's actually stupid insane. So skill 2 damage ends up doing like 2 point something million, I believe. Yeah, 2.5 at least. And just like that, EU was your first ever Black Clover Mobile Tournament winner. Crazy, man. It was crazy, dude. But honestly, I know there was like a lot of complications during the final match, but again, I expected that to happen, especially with it being a beta. But overall, this was super duper fun. Again, I hope we can do this again. And you know, massive shout out to the devs for putting this together and letting me partake as well. Me, Blaze, all the other participants. GG's to all. It was crazy fun. I had a blast. But yeah, next time we play this again, 100%, I gotta be locked in. No making crappy mistakes. But anyways, there are all the codes if you guys want to know what they are as well. Is there any more new codes? Let me see. Oh, thanks for support. So it's only for the EU server. Oh my god, that's me. Wait, hold on. I can actually have this because my account is technically EU. I forgot Kubuki's account is EU server. That's crazy. So unfortunately, that sucks for you guys in NA and the other regions, but hopefully they do give it out. Wait, hold on. I forgot this account is EU, so I'm also getting the frame. That's the crazy part. Wow. Thanks for support. Is it working for me? It is. What is it? It is a 10 multi. Oh my god. It's a free temple for me. But anyways, on it there, right? Y'all take care. Have a good one. Peace. Let me know your thoughts, and be sure to drop a like and hit sub. All right, take care.